Alright, what we got here is a video to show you how to put back together Cub Cadet PTO clutch. There's two different styles to this. This is a style with a single spring and the fingers that engage the thrust button and hold it in place. I got a new thrust button because my thrust button was worn down more than half. Everything else is in pretty good shape except for my fiber disc. I got a new one of those, and that's why I had to take it apart in the first place. Start by putting the spring back in, which was in good shape. New thrust button. Clutch fingers with bolts that go through this front pulley slash pressure plate slash PTO body. That's the pressure plate surface. And those are my chickens in the background. Pretty excited about what I'm doing. Those same bolts that hold the fingers on have springs on them. Those are the throw-out springs. That when you disengage your PTO, they push this back pressure plate off of your clutch disc. And my nuts were in bad shape, so I got new ones for 7 cents a piece at Home Depot. And they're $1.28. You have to get new ones. 1/4 inch bolt, 28 threads per inch. That's how the whole thing's held together. It should look like that when it's put all back together. Here's, you ready? Now I've got to adjust these fingers so that there's the right amount of tension on everything. And that's next. Okay. See, just tighten it till that gauge touches. See, that should be good. want to make sure that that thing's riding on the spring and not hitting on your clutch fingers either. Once you got it good all the way around, I guess you're done. Here we're going to put our reassembled PTO clutch with its new fiber disc and thrust button back onto our Cub Cadet 100. And also a new belt with it. When we're putting it together, I've got my battery disconnected so I know it won't start when I turn it like that. I want to get these holes lined up with these notches in my basket drive. Which I almost didn't do. If you hit it in the middle here on this thrust button, when you're knocking it back in, that'll put just a little bit of play between the pressure plates and allow this sleeve, or this fiber disc, to have a little bit of play in it so it moves when it goes in. Also, if you don't have your holes lined up, you can do that too. Got my good old coffee can full of nuts and bolts. It's got my Allen set screws in there that actually go behind that bearing that you saw me spinning on the front of this. And that's what holds this clutch. And each of these holes get 2 of these set screws. One holds the clutch on. The other one is like a jam nut that goes down in there. You tighten it down so that it can't back out. But I'm going to put a little drop of oil on it. Just a touch so that they don't rust up when they're in there, because that seems to be what they like to do. I'll just get it started and I'll put another one. Now that I got all 3 of the set screws in, I put these jam nuts on top of them. Give them pretty fair crank so that they don't want to come loose when this thing is spinning. About as tight as you want to go with a 1/8 inch Allen wrench. Could you imagine if this was put together with today's 1/8 inch Allen screws? You wouldn't even be able to turn it without stripping it out. You have to cut the thing off. Alright, there it is.